And Who Ya Crappin is brought to you by the Chicago Sun-Times. Get Friday Sun-Times for a special section all about your Blackhawks, season highlights, player profiles, and a finals preview. Only in the Sun-Times, Chicago's #1 sports section. As always, I'd love you to keep it simple. Limit this to something someone said, not something someone did.
We will start in Coal City with Napoleon Dynamite on the score.
Hi.
Sorry I haven't called in a while, but Gary from Indiana hired me to be his personal bodyguard because there's a buttload of gangs out there. But anyway, earlier today, Terry, this crap goes out to you, because earlier today you said, I don't know if not being able to see is very bad. Well, Terry, I conferred with my brother Kip, and we concluded that, yes, in the medical community, not being able to see would be considered very bad. Terry, you are a retard. So, Terry, you weird, gay, bearded weirdo, go get your eyes checked, and who you crapping? Okay, bye.
Unemployed lawyer in Lakeview can usually be counted on for something good. Hello, lawyer.
Great. Between that and Terry's rant yesterday, I feel like I'm under the weight of the manometer already.
Not yet.
That's what it feels like over here. That's what I'm telling you. So, luckily, I picked some low-hanging fruit this week. Jay Mariotti made news in January when he submitted a blank ballot for baseball's Hall of Fame. The blogger omitted players he voted for in the past and defended his decision on television with a long, stupid, complicated rationale. This made him part of the Hall of Fame story. Cut to last week when the AP revoted for NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mariotti wrote, quote, "We, the media, are entrusted to report the news and comment on the news. We are not supposed to be making the news. Yet every time a sports writer or sportscaster casts a vote for an award or honor, that person is thrust into the middle of a story. Apparently it's wrong for media members to make spectacles of themselves when voting for sports honors, unless that media member is Jay Mariotti. Jay Mariotti, who you crappin'?"
There you have it.
That's it.
Cleanly done.
That's it.
Adam in Buffalo Grove says this crap goes out to longtime score friend Charla Nash, who most of you will remember for being the inspiration behind the acquisition of the Score chimp. Mm-hmm. Most recently, Ms. Nash was interviewed to determine how she felt about the chimp's former owner, Sandy Harold, who passed away recently. She said that she felt bad, that she wished condolences on the family of the woman. Nash said, "It wasn't hard to let go of the anger. I woke up and it was like everything was okay. I've gotten angry at times. You can't hold anger. It's unhealthy. It goes through you. You can see it through your face. You got to enjoy what you have." Ms. Nash, I'm sorry to have to say this, but you can't see it through your face. Oh. 2 questions. What lower level of hell am I now destined for? Oh. And Charla Nash, who you crapping? That's so mean. It really is. That's us saying that. 10-foot midget in Beverly is on Who Ya Crappin' on the Score.
Wow, that's a man after my own heart. File this under the half-truth category because 2 days ago, Daniel San, you complained both on air and in the show blog about how the Booyahs were seemingly getting credit for scooping the Phil Jackson rumors when your show had reported those rumors a week prior. Well, you were sort of right, and by sort of, I mean that originally David Schuster was reporting the Phil stuff. Yet 2 days ago, you gave Schu no mention, instead using words like we and our show. And why not give the rotisserie reporter his deserved credit? An endangered species, the blogosphere and other internet media have all but wiped out his kind, along with poachers craving his hide for its durable caramel naugahyde content. Failing to give props where props are due only contributes to his demise. Much like the Empress in the never-ending story, the only way to keep the once mighty Shu from being wiped off the planet is to say his name. So please, Dan, since you've already been credited with single-handedly creating a resurgence in hockey interest in Chicago, let our little almond ace of the beat get this and any other deserved crumbs of glory that lie in your wake. Dan Bernstein, Who Ya Crappin'?
Our top winner in the showcase is gay.
Thank you, Midget. Gentleman Rah-Rah says, Joe West, back in April, found himself in the spotlight due to controversial remarks after a Red Sox-Yankees game he umpired. West thought those teams slowed down the pace of the game too much, calling it pathetic and embarrassing and a disgrace to baseball. Fast forward, Wednesday afternoon Sox game. If there ever was a matchup Joe West could wrap his chubby arms around, it's one between Mark Burley and Jake Westbrook, 2 of the game's speediest starting pitchers. Second inning with a runner on, Burley throws to first. West rules it a balk. prompting Ozzie Guillen to storm out of the dugout and argue, resulting in the ejection. It furthered the back and forth, the talk to the hand grandstanding. That ate up a good 5 minutes of game time. Tubby then waddled over to the Sox dugout to make lineup adjustments. This took up more time. 1 inning later, Burley called for a balk again by Joe West. Mark tossed his glove. West tossed him out. More arguing. The White Sox assembled a new game plan. The starters sent packing, relying on the relief staff, which meant more and more warm-up time, more minutes taken from gameplay. So in conclusion, the umpire who finds long, drawn-out baseball contests pathetic and embarrassing was responsible for extending a game that featured Burley and Westbrook on the bump and the Sox lineup swinging at every first pitch. We ended up with a game that could have been wrapped up by lunchtime. I understand you got a job to do. I won't argue the called balks. I'll let Hawkaroo handle that. But if you're the ump who's going to despise long games only to slow the game down with controversial calls and grandstanding, I ask you, Joe West, who you crappin'?
That's it.
Gary in Evanston is on Who You Crappin' on the Score.
Hi, guys. It's very cool that U.S. Senator Scott Brown was born on September 12, 1959, the exact date of the premiere of the greatest TV series of all time, Bonanza. And speaking of TV series, the day after Sunday night's final episode of Lost, USA TV critic Robert Bianco described that episode as, quote, an emotional feast of a finale and one that can stand with the best any series has produced. Is he serious? The Jimmy Kimmel post-finale salute to Lost was actually far better than this actual very lame finale itself. And Bianco did not even mention what still remains by far the best TV series finale of all time, the 1967 two-part Fugitive episode in which Dr. Kimball was cleared of murdering his wife. Do Bianco and many other TV critics even know that there was television before 1980? Robert Bianco, who are you crapping?
That's why I love him.
I love him because he's genuinely mad about it.
Yeah.
It's not phony passion.
I know. I just...
Jason in Highland, you're on the Score.
Terry, I can't believe you threw down the gauntlet yesterday, so I'm calling in with what I feel is a very funny crap, and I literally did pull it off the road. A couple weeks ago, when the segment was circumvented by White Sox baseball, was listening to the Cubs play the Nationals on the radio, and Ron Santo said, Will Mavis's nickname only has one L because it's Wilfredo and not Williams, in which Pat Hughes replied, well, Ronnie, that makes a whole lot of sense. And Ron says, don't say that, I rarely ever make sense. And while that in and of itself is a true statement, to say you rarely make sense, Ron Santo, would imply that you do indeed at times make sense, which we all know is not true. Ron Santo, who you crapping?
Thank you, Jason. Here's one from Tinky Winky, who sends it out to Philadelphia hockey dope Sam Donnellan. During a live web chat, he was asked to predict the finals, and he said Flyers in 6, because the Flyers are more experienced, have the speed on defense to match the Hawks' speed, and that Parent has the size. The Hawks have only faced sniper-like teams and will wilt in a grinded-out war. And the Flyers have more guys who think this is their one and only shot at a cup. He has the Flyers taking Game 1 away from a young, overzealous team, going to Philly with a split, taking both in Philly, losing Game 5, finally winning it in front of the home crowd in Game 6. Very confident, Sam. In the same chat, you mentioned that the Flyers have problems with deep, fast-skating, skilled players. And the Flyers' only hope is to rough up Bufflin and crash Niemi, or it will get ugly. Do the Philly fans let you get away with this poor analysis because of the frequent tasings, or are they too busy fighting mascots to care about clashing opinions? Sam Donnellan, who you crappin'?
Pick a lane.
the same chat, I think. Andy in Hyde Park, you're on Who You Crappin' on the Score.
This is my first crap.
Good luck with your first crap.
Okay, yesterday, Bobby Jenks, White Sox closer, had a horrific performance where he gave up 3 runs in the 9th, nearly costing the White Sox the game. After the game, Jenks seemed very indifferent, saying, the only pitch I'm mad about is the Shelley Duncan pitch. I feel that was the only one I missed by location. Really, Bobby? That seems odd. There's only one pitch you missed in an inning where you gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, and 3 walks. Seems a bit unusual, but let's go with that theory. Except at another point in the same interview where you talked about how you walked Travis Hafner, you said, after I got him 0-2, I went with the curveball and then just missed with 2 bad changeups. You missed with 2 bad changeups? I thought you only missed 1 pitch. Maybe I'm missing something, or maybe more likely you're missing your brain. Either way, Bobby Jenks, who you crappin'?
Nice.
That's a good little catch
really
in there.
It is a good one, yeah.
It is.
Well,
Jim in Crown Point, you're on a comfortably resurgent edition of Who Ya Crappin' on the Score.
Okay, my wife promised me connubial bliss if I'd sit and watch Dancing with the Stars. The mind is strong, but the flesh is weak. So I sat there watching. I heard Kate Goslin say, 90% of my fans hate me. Well, Kate, if they hate you, they're not your fans. So 10% like you. And also this crap goes to my wife because she fell asleep afterwards. So Kate and my wife, who are you crapping?
She fell asleep on purpose, Jim. You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Here's one from Adam, who says, Jack Nicklaus gave us conflicting comments regarding Tiger Woods. First, in response to Ryder Cup captain Corey Pavin's remarks about how he will not promise a spot to Woods on the U.S. team, Nicklaus defended Tiger, saying Pavin need a brain scan if he left Tiger out of the team. Of course he should pick Tiger. The truth is that Tiger is going through some personal problems, which I have nothing to say about, and he's also got some problems with his game, which he's going to have to resolve himself. But Tiger will be on the team, I have no doubt. That all sounds fine and good. However, when asked by another reporter about his thoughts on Tiger reaching 18 major wins, thus surpassing Nicklaus's record, the Golden Bear said, he'll be 36 next year, and time starts to go. He has to win 5 majors. Phil Mickelson won his 4th at the Masters, but prior to that, 3 was the next closest active guy. So Tiger has to win almost 2 careers of a regular player in the next 5 or 6 years. To do that, that's a pretty big chore. Well, which is it, Jack? Do you only support the struggling golf superstar when the conversation has nothing to do with your records? Or do you simply view yourself as a better golfer, hesitant to give up your throne in the record books? Jack Nicklaus, Who Ya Crappin'?
Very nicely done today.
Here is Todd on Who Ya Crappin' on the Score.
Gentlemen, this crap goes out to Mr. Dwayne Wade, Miami Heat guard, who talks about in the Chicago Tribune this morning how the Bulls may not be a favorable destination for him for free agency because they don't show loyalty to their players. Never mind for a fact that the Bulls employ no less than 6 or 7 former players in such positions as broadcaster, assistant coach, assistant general manager, and general manager. Never mind for the fact that if you really thought loyalty was important, you might not consider leaving your current team in the first place. But even beyond that, if loyalty was really that important to you, maybe you would find the institution of marriage something you should be loyal to. Dwyane Wade, Who You Crappin'?
Nicely done so far, kids. That's what we're doing. Resurgent.
All right.
Yep. Nicely done. 312-624-6767. I think you're back. You've got Chicago Sports Radio, 670 The Score. And we are in the midst of Who Ya Crappin' here on Chicago Sports Radio, 670 The Score. And it's been good today. Been good. So let's have a good ending as well.
Tinley Park Mark says, Dwyane Wade said the Bulls were not a loyal organization. Then later, he wanted to clarify his comments by saying today he didn't want to disparage the Bulls. He was just stating what he looks for in an organization. Really? You weren't trying to put down the Bulls organization? You called them out by name and referenced 2 specific prominent players you thought were not given loyalty. If you truly wanted to express what's important to you, you just could have stated it and then used the Miami Heat organization as your reference point. At least we know where you'll be playing next year. Enjoy the nice weather in Miami and show LeBron around the next time the Bulls play the Heat. Dwyane Wade, Who Ya Crappin'? Check your manometer.
Oh, my manometer is ready to burst because it's happy. It's very, very happy. And you know where I got it?
You got it at the Isle of Man.
No, I was out in Manhattan.
Oh, didn't know. All right.
Couldn't see it.
We'll have Mr. Bull bear the pressure of closing out Who Ya Crappin' on the Score.
He weighs a metric ton. His name, Joe West. This crap goes out for Phil Kessler of the Vancouver Canucks, who on NHL Live today said he's still not going to say the Hawks are a better team. Perhaps I would believe that after being caught by them last year. Maybe not so much after being beat by them this year, but after sweeping the number 1 seed in the West, you know what? Bitterness really is a stinky cologne. I'll say it to you in words you understand. Take off, you hoser. Other than that, Who Ya Crappin'?
In my opinion, that sucks.
Yeah, but it was good, though, basically.
It's all right.
You
It's all right.
hit a clunker, but it's
okay. I didn't really understand a bad phone, and I didn't really get it. I didn't know who he was talking about. I didn't know who it was or why it was.
Hey, buddy. Who you crappin'?
Thanks a lot, Gaze.